Big night ahead for Liverpool, but the Reds have been hit with a major setback just before their Champions League clash against Lille. Injuries to key players, fresh updates from Onslaught, and a bombshell twist in Mo Salah's future. Could this really be the end of an era at Anfield? Stick around, because the details are game-changing, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Alright, mate, let's talk Liverpool. This is your exclusive pre-match briefing as the Reds prepare for a big Champions League night under the Anfield lights. The buzz is real because tonight isn't just about adding another victory to the tally, it's about showing the world that Liverpool means business. So, sit tight, grab your scarf, and let's dive in. First up, let's address the elephant in the room: injuries. Diogo Jota and Joe Gomez are still sidelined. Frustrating, right? But there's a silver lining here. Manager Onslaught dropped some encouraging news in his press conference, saying both are expected back in weeks rather than months. Maybe Jota a bit earlier than Joe, Slot mentioned. That's something to smile about, isn't it? But for now, their absence means opportunities for others, and that's where things get interesting. Darwin Núñez, oh, what a player he's turning out to be. Did you catch him at Brentford? Came off the bench, banged in 2 goals, and sealed the win. Pure class. Slot's got confidence in him, and he's one of the 4 top-fit attackers ready to start tonight. With Jota out, Núñez has the perfect chance to shine. Federico Chiesa is still not quite 90 minutes ready, but trust me, Darwin will be raring to go. And if you're a fan of high-energy football, this could be his night to dazzle. Now, let's talk defense. Ibrahima Konate, solid as ever, but here's the catch: he's on 2 yellow cards in the Champions League. 1 more tonight, and he's out for the PSV game. It's a bit of a tightrope walk, isn't it? But knowing Konate, he's got the discipline to manage it. What about Lille? Well, don't let their league position fool you. They're unbeaten in 21 games across all competitions. That's no fluke. But they've got a few problems of their own. Key players like Thiago Santos, Matias Fernandes-Pardo, and Nabil Bentaleb didn't make the trip. And here's a fun bit of trivia: former Everton midfielder André Gomes plays for them now, but he's not registered for the Champions League. Bit of a shame for them, eh? Lille's manager, Bruno Genesio, is keeping things humble. He's not expecting 90% possession or a footballing masterclass from his side tonight. They're coming to play smart, counter Liverpool's strengths, and make the most of their chances. But let's be honest, you and I both know what happens when a team tries to contain Liverpool at Anfield. It's like trying to hold back a tidal wave with a bucket. Here's the thing: Anfield on a Champions League night is no ordinary place. The atmosphere, the history, the noise, it's electric. Lille might be unbeaten in 21, but this is Liverpool we're talking about. 7 wins from 7 in the league phase is on the cards, and with players like Mo Salah, Dominic Szoboszlai, and Luis Diaz in form, I wouldn't bet against it. Before I wrap this up, let's set the stage: 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time kickoff, the roar of the Kop, and Liverpool looking to make it a perfect 7 out of 7. Sounds like a night to remember, doesn't it? Now let's dive into the latest on Liverpool. It's not the news you'd hoped for, but it's not all doom and gloom either. Diogo Jota and Joe Gomez are both set to miss a few weeks, as manager Onslaught gave us an update on their injuries. Now, I know you're probably wondering how this will affect the team, so let's break it down. Here's the deal: Jota's injury cropped up after that frustrating draw against Nottingham Forest. Turns out, he overloaded a certain muscle during his substitute appearance last week. It's annoying, isn't it? But the good news is that Slot reckons Jota will be back before Joe Gomez. Now, Gomez hasn't featured since late 2024 due to a hamstring issue. That kind of injury can be tricky, so it's no surprise the club is being cautious. Slot addressed it in his press conference, saying, maybe Jota will be back a bit earlier than Joe. Both of them are expected to be back in weeks rather than months. That's the key takeaway here: weeks, not months. So, while it's frustrating to see them out, it's not the long-term disaster it could have been. Now, if you've been following Liverpool for a while, you know the final stages of rehab can be unpredictable. Slot even admitted as much, saying, "The last stage of rehab is the most difficult one, or the one that can add a few days here and there." So, while we're optimistic, there's always that small chance things might take a bit longer. But hey, we're Liverpool, right? We keep pushing forward. What's next? Well, the Reds have a Champions League clash against Lille on Tuesday. Anfield under the lights, there's nothing like it. And after that, it's Ipswich in the Premier League. These are big games, and while missing Jota and Gomez isn't ideal, the squad's depth will be crucial. Players like Darwin Núñez and Ibrahima Konate will need to step up, and you've got to believe they're ready for it. Now, here's where you come in. Stay confident, back the team, and trust the process. This squad has faced tougher challenges and come out stronger. And don't forget, we're still in the hunt for glory on multiple fronts. To finish, let's talk about the big topic that's got every Liverpool supporter talking: Mo Salah's future. It's not just a story, it's the story. Over the last few years, the club has been working tirelessly to keep one of the greatest players to ever grace Anfield tied to the team. But here we are again, with rumours swirling, and this time, it feels like the stakes couldn't be higher. Let's be real, Mo Salah has been nothing short of extraordinary this season. Just look at the numbers: 21 goals and 17 assists already, and there's still 4 months left to play. That's not just world class, that's Salah level. The guy is redefining consistency. But here's the thing, with that kind of brilliance comes a hefty price tag, and keeping him at Liverpool isn't as simple as we'd all like it to be. Now, the whispers about Saudi Arabia have been there for a while, haven't they? Al Hilal, to be precise. It's no secret that their interest in Salah has been strong, and why wouldn't it be? But now, reports are claiming something bigger, that Salah might actually want the move. And that's where it gets tricky. The latest scoop comes from journalist Hamad Al-Swili on Saudi TV. He's saying negotiations between Salah and Al Hilal are happening, and Mo himself is open to the idea. According to him, the deal isn't final yet, it's all down to financial details, but if things line up, this could be a reality next summer. Imagine that, Salah in the Saudi League. It's a thought you'd rather not entertain, isn't it? But let's take a step back. This isn't just about numbers on a check. Salah knows his worth, and let's be honest, he's earned every bit of it. The man's carried Liverpool through thick and thin, and if anyone deserves to be at the top of the wage bracket, it's him. Al Hilal has the Saudi Public Investment Fund behind them, meaning they can pretty much agree to any financial demand he might have. It's an attractive offer for a player entering the latter stages of his career, no doubt about that. Here's the kicker, though. Salah's been using the media to keep us in the loop, hasn't he? Those interviews, those updates, it feels like he's trying to apply a bit of pressure on the club. And fair play to him. He's not just asking for more, he's asking for what he's worth. Right now, the word is that the negotiations with Liverpool are far from where he wants them to be, both in terms of contract length and wages. Now, I know what you're thinking: what does this mean for Liverpool? If these reports are accurate, it puts the club on the back foot in a big way. Losing Salah would be monumental, and the idea of seeing him leave, especially on a free transfer, is almost unthinkable. But at the same time, there's this lingering feeling that these rumours could just be noise, a tactic to nudge Liverpool into action. Until something concrete comes out, all we can do is speculate. But let me tell you this, Salah leaving would leave a hole in this team that no amount of money could fill. He's not just a player, he's a symbol of everything Liverpool has stood for in recent years: passion, resilience, and pure, unrelenting excellence. Now, if you've made it this far, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's keep this conversation going. We're in this together, through every twist and turn, because that's what being a Liverpool supporter is all about. Whatever happens, one thing's for sure: you'll never walk alone. See you in the next one.